我也来了. Right now it's 8.4K.
TikTok star.
Yes.
Yeah, baby!
Hey guys, so we speak to Cheng this week to understand more about the growth mindset and how it has led him to where he is today. The full episode is available on all streaming platforms. Listen on!
What I realized about the growth mindset is like whenever in any kind of situation that you are in, you treat it like a learning curve. You treat it like a lesson learned, you know. You don't get very discouraged by your failures. Instead, you learn from it. That's a growth mindset. And at any point in time in your life, if you are not moving forward, you're not learning a new skill, you're not improving yourself, that's a bit restrictive for me. I always have the urge to want to learn new things like, oh, what is this new mic going to do for me? What is this camera going to do for me? How well is this camera going to help me in terms of my content creation side? So having a growth mindset have really helped me a lot in these past few years, especially when I started my own business. I decided in June 2018 to actually dump all my money in to buy my first equipment. I'm left with $68 in my bank. I don't know if people know this, but this is the struggle that I don't really talk about. So with $68 in my bank, I have to have the hunger. The hunger was like, oh, you have to do or die. $68 in your bank Like, you cannot pay bills, number one. I'm sure your phone bills is not that cheap.
You can't survive
your electricity bills, like for parents, wow, it's even worse. Yeah, $68 in the bank really pushed me to accelerate my life. Just everything just in my head. Okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do? Do I reach out to people? How do I reach out to people? Cold messaging. Am I prepared for rejection? Am I prepared for all these kind of things? And I was struggling because like most of my gigs were at night, so I have to take cab. $8, I have to really just, hey, you can end earlier a bit. Can you end earlier a bit so I can take bus home? Fast forward maybe about 4-5 months into the business, I started getting more gigs and more event opportunities. At that point in time, I realized that in order for me to upsell my sound system business, I have to sell myself first. Talent, skills is something that you cannot replace. For people, I'm a guitarist. I love performing. I love to entertain crowds. And if I can make people want to hire me for their events, I can say, hey, actually, we come with a sound system. I started to do more marketing stuff as well, learning marketing, learning portfolio creation, blending video editing with sound editing, how to record live music at the same time, how to promote my band even further. Because with my band, I can really just boost the business of the sound system side. So I got 2 streams of income instead of just 1. And that was the pivoting moment. I wouldn't say it's a low moment because we are talking about growth. I pivoted to doing more YouTube stuff. My first video actually took off. It was at the right moment where I have 1 year experience on like how to live stream my gigs. So my first video that I released was actually how to live stream your music from home, because everybody was searching, circuit breaker, whole world is locking down. What is next for musicians? Live streams. Once YouTube recognized that your video is being searched a lot, being played a lot, they start pushing it out to more people to view. And that kind of motivated me for a while to do more content that add value to musicians. I started doing guitar reviews, I started doing gear reviews. You create content you want to send out to people, right? You send to your friends and your mother, father, family, your cousins and everybody, right? The people that will support you. And the people who talk bad about you is even more. I don't know whether I am sensitive or not, but you know, when you go to friends gathering, you at that point in time, it's not friends gathering lah. It's more of like hanging out on Discord, for example. Maybe it's a joke or something, because at that point in time, our emotional level is very, very low. We are not encouraged anymore. I would say motivation level is the lowest. And then I'm still trying to do things. I'm trying to pivot. I'm trying to do more social media stuff.
Yeah.
And then once you go into Discord, you hear things like, wow, influencer is here. The thing is that it might be a joke, right? You see, in a normal human being, in a normal circumstance, it's like a joke. You know, like, hey, 你 influencer 哈? Wow, 这个 influencer 了咯. So I took it to heart. In my head, my intention was to change, was to pivot. Instead of supporting me, you guys are saying that I'm being an influencer. Not to say that influencer is a bad thing. At that point in time, I was like, how come my efforts are not being recognized? You know, like I love to be recognized for my efforts. Because of that, I got discouraged. I got into a whole deep zone of like emotional, just like locking myself in at home and not talking to people for like 2 months. And I got so emotional to the point that I wanted to quit music. I wanted to quit music and stop music and really just, you know, do the normal thing lah. Get a full-time job, get a normal job, you know, have the normal life path, just like that. And then in my head, it's like, I think 10 years in the music industry is enough.
Yeah, well,
should I do it? I'm 30. I'm turning 30. I keep having these clashing thoughts in my head. It's not helping lah. So I decided to write a long post about my own experience in this state of mind, and that post suddenly just flew. Like, it went viral in certain sense. I got like 800 plus likes in a very, very short period of time. People reaching out to me saying that I'm not alone, but I'm not a words of affirmation person, but I'm not like that. I don't know how to receive these kind of words of encouragement, but I still say thank you for being here for me. But honestly, that didn't make me feel better. And then I just spiral lah. Certain people reach out to me with opportunities. Okay, how about you want to try this? And then one of the first few people that gave me an opportunity was Mingwei from White Dojo. So I kind of told him that, hey, I want to take BTS photos, like behind the scenes photos of production, because I want to recognize people for their good work. So I want to document people. I like it when I see people in their zone, in their fire, in their element, and they don't recognize people around them, and it's like I just shot that moment. I think it's very, very powerful, very liberating as well. Mingwei reached out to me to help him, and I said, okay, I just help. And then Tone House, I reached out to Tone House as well, started taking photos for Tone House to help them to boost their marketing, because everybody needs some sort of marketing material to boost their sales. Those were the people that really helped me a lot. And then from there on, I started to do more live stream gigs, more installation for studios. I am more happy when people reach out with opportunities instead of encouragement, because I am not a words person. The aha moment for me was this year, 2021. I've always been a people pleaser. I always put others first. I always want to make them happy. I want to satisfy the client. I want to satisfy this guy. I want to satisfy this guy. I want to bring harmony to the world, right? I've always been like that, at the expense of what? My own mental health. I'm not happy. I'm always not motivated to do anything. And then I decided this year, screw it. I'm going to do something for myself. The most basic thing I started to do was to really research and take care of my skin. And then I realized how important that is. Like how nice it feels when you know after you wash your face, wow, it's like super fresh and clean, that kind of feeling. That's one of the steps that I took. And in April this year, I said to myself one more time, let's try TikTok one more time. Last year, I stopped TikTok because people are saying that I'm trying to be an influencer, trying to be a guy trying to get xiao mei mei, this kind of thing. Like, why am I doing that? Like, why am I not focusing on my career? So in April this year, I decided, okay, screw them. I'm just going to do TikTok, because I set out to do what I believe. And doing TikTok, I want people to duet me. I want to see people's faces. I want to see how my music can impact them, because we feed on energy. We feed on people's energy, especially during live performances. So because of TikTok, then I did a few songs. Okay, 普通朋友 was one of the first few songs that I did. And I started getting responses. Even 1 or 2 person respond to my TikTok. I was quite encouraged already. Being at the core, I want to nurture people, right? I want to impact people. I want to make people happy. I realized that my music can make people happy because they are singing. And no matter how good or how bad they sound, they are enjoying. And that's the moment that I really, really, really treasure a lot. And because of that, it motivated me to do more TikTok videos. And then from then, I started to develop my own style. If you go to my TikTok channel right now, you see that it's like almost one style now. I started to take song requests, and then more people do it. And then I meet people, and then just remember that at that point, I wanted to quit music. In April, I wanted to quit music. And then I did TikTok, and it changed me again. And all because I did something for myself. I did something I set out to do, and I want to do it. So in my head, it's like, why is all this happening to me when I chose me, when I chose myself first? And then from then on, I started to do more things that I want to do, and I don't care about people anymore. Not say I don't care, but I take their comments and then I try to filter it out. Do I want to do this? Okay, if I want to do this person say don't lah. Then I just, okay, I do it. And being negative is not attractive at all. And I'm single, right? So I think my next purpose in life is to let people know that they are not alone. These few words is very powerful. It's like, you are not alone, right? I'm through with this with you. Like, you want to get up and do whatever you want, right? Do it, because I will support you. And having someone to wake up every day thinking that there's someone there, and then there's a community there, even better. So we were talking about community just now during like our breaks. And I realized the strength in community building. You do things together, you flock together, you fly together, you charge together. That's something that I really, really want. I think is very, very empowering for anybody and everybody out there in the world. And don't ever stop learning and stop growing yourself just because you hit a roadblock. You just gotta find a way to get through it. But the thing is that when you find your way to go through that, just remember that you are not alone. There's a lot of communities out there you can reach out to. If not, you can reach out to me, Jade, Deniece. You can DM them. It's that simple. Just DM. And then people will respond. And we will respond. Alright? If not now, maybe tomorrow. Okay, just hang in.